Welcome to all you Aries people. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for February 2015, and the keyword is passion. And don't you Aries people love passion? And I'm not saying this because it's February Valentine. No, I'm saying this because a whole bunch of asteroids and planets are all conjoining together, and it's the planets and it's the asteroids that are associated with passion. So yeah, it's a really interesting month, and for you Aries people who need passion in their life, who need the spirit, because maybe a better word is spirit, to have the spirit, this all happens into your 12th house. So all this passion and all this desire and all this contentment as well is not shown for some reason and is behind the scenes, because that's the 12th house. But let's first explain what is happening there. So I'll start with the asteroids, because normally I don't mention them. I'm only mentioning them when they are important, when there are a couple of them conjoining each other like now. And it's quite rare because the asteroid Eros, which is about spirit. Eros is not necessarily about love. It could be though, but it's about spirit, it's about passion, it's about desire. And this is conjoining, coming together with Psyche. And Psyche is the soul and it's devotion. So in other words, body, mind and soul are coming together. And isn't that nice? Because we all know the feeling, don't we? That body is disconnected with the soul and we are not content. We feel ill, probably, whether it is mentally or physically or on a soul level. So, and all of this is even conjoined with Chiron, the wounded healer. So there's also healing capacity and healing energy coming towards this passionate feeling as well. Now this is not a double whammy, but I call it a triple whammy, because added to all this, all these planets in Pisces joining together, there is also Venus and Mars joining the club, you could say. And Venus and Mars in itself, when they travel together, this is already something that doesn't occur always. The last time was March, April 2013, that those two planets joined together in the same sign. So I can't recall what was happening then, but if you can, then it has maybe to do with that and being reinforced now. It is that energy again, but now, as I said, maybe not double, but triple. And so whenever we see Mars and Venus together traveling through the skies, it's about passion. It's about Mars, the desire, the intention, the drive, the action, together with Venus, being content, enjoying yourself. So you get what you want, in very simplistic words. And but for you, what does it really mean for you Aries people? It really means that things are coming together with 12th house issues. So there could be plenty of things. There could be, first things first, could be that you are in a very passionate way, very passionate about your own spirituality. That in the first place. Feeling very passionate about you being able to let go of things, probably old patterns that are not suiting you anymore, and you're getting really good at it. The healing capacity as well. Don't forget that the axis of the 6th and the 12th house is about healing. It's about, so there is a lot, if you are, for instance, in hospital, there is good healing energy going on. So there is a lot of healing capacity going on and you becoming whole again. On another level, it could have to do with romance. It could have to do with romance behind the scenes. And I know that people think, ooh, secrecy, secrecy. No. At its worst, it's that. Yeah, but I don't assume that, well, I don't assume anything actually. But at its best, because I think it's very positive energy, because Eros and Psyche and Chiron are connected to it as well. I think it could simply mean that there is a relationship going on behind the scenes, or starting a relationships, not because of the bad thing that, you know, I already have a relationship and I'm starting another one and we may not, you know, it cannot be found out. No, but simply because the time is not right to tell it to everybody. You know, you kind of wait until the circumstances are perfect. And probably it will be next month then that you come out with, for instance, you fall in love with someone at work and then you say, look, this is impossible to stay both at the same job, and you start something, but at the same time you, one of the two are trying to find another job, and that happens. And that's why you're waiting with the information to come out. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't always necessary to leave one of the couple leaving the job, of course, but sometimes maybe it's better. I don't know, it depends on the context and the situation. So yes, the secret energy going on as well. So of course, beware of it. Be aware of it, that you may be tempted to go the wrong way as well, with, you know, maybe you having already a relationship or someone else having a relationship, and you start the secrecy. You know, everyone needs to carry along their own responsibility. You know, it's not for me to judge, but it's energy that could point to that. But I rather like to think in a positive way. You know, Aries, by the way, is a sign that doesn't like secrecy, you know, or maybe you've got some planets in Pisces, or you have some planets in Scorpio or in Virgo or a strong Neptune. Then you would love a bit more secrets and privacy. But normally Aries people don't like secrets. They want to be open, they want to be who they want to be. So that's why I think the percentage of the bad secret affairs going on, I think, is going to be very, very low. The other thing that can happen is that you are going to do something in secret that you really, really love to do, and that you need the time alone to do that. It could mean write a book, for instance, but it can mean something else, you know, a project that you're thinking of. It's perfect now to do all of that behind the scenes, and then next month, when a lot of planets are going to come into your sign, you go public with it, you know. Fantastic to work behind the scenes, fantastic time to be the Sherlock Holmes. Maybe you're an investigator, or you're investigating something and trying to understand things better. This is a good time to do so as well. So yes, it's a lot of passion, but it's a lot of passion that other people, a lot of passion going on with you that a lot of people will not notice. So whether that's good or bad, that's up to you, but it doesn't necessarily has to be bad at all on the contrary. So what an interesting time for you, Aries people, and also with connecting with the unconscious. The 12th house is also a very unconscious house, and it's connecting with those pieces of you that you didn't know you had them, and to be actually very content that you know who you are, and that you have found maybe a blind spot, that you're now so happy that you found it. It can also mean that you put a lot of energy towards battling an addiction, because the 12th house is also the house of you know, of escape, which is the 12th house. So rather than going into a new addiction, you could also do things about battling your addiction. Whatever that addiction is, you know, a lot of people think it's alcohol and drugs, but it can be everything, you know. You can be addicted to the internet, can be addicted to sex, to work even. I mean, plenty. but it can mean that as well, that you are trying to see those blind spots and you kind of know yourself way better, especially after this period has gone. So whatever it is, it's a very passionate month for you as well. The last thing, and there's a new moon as well on the 18th of February. So I think that a lot of Aries people are also ending cycles, they are ending some, and that can be a very good thing, that you see that the circle is round and then you go further and in your evolution, but on a higher level, you could say. And it's a time of letting go of things. It's a good time to heal, and the things that you have let go of, maybe from last month or from last year, and you feel very good about that. Because that is also an action. Not doing is also Mars, and maybe by the not doing you are feeling very content. So the last thing I want to say is that the Neptune-Saturn square is also very active again, because the Sun, as around the 19th, the 20th of, the 20th around that time and onwards of February, there will be the Sun interacting with Saturn and Neptune. So Saturn and Neptune is the tension and the paradox between reality versus dream, reality versus non-reality. And so this is again pointing out to the fact that you need to be very realistic about what you wish for. Being very realistic in you can achieve your dreams actually now, but be feet on the ground and you'll do well. So what a month this is for all of us, and thank you for watching. I hope the sound is better now. I changed a couple of things there, and subscribe, share if you like these videos, and have a very passionate month. Bye bye.